Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Sayana L, aka the Amber Carol Bernard L of DC Virtual Services Incorporated, headquartered in Tennessee. Today, I am going to go over some information about myself, who I am, and what my company, DC Virtual Services, is actually is, and just going to just give you a little insight on who I am and things of that nature in my background. I have my co-host. I have my 3-year-old with me and everything. She's a little tired. So let's get started. So again, my name is Sayana L. I'm mostly known as the Amber Carol Bernard L. I have had DC Virtual Services since 2016. We're going into 2021 for our 5th year. With DC Virtual Services background started way before 2016. I created my company to have the freedom to be able to work at home to support myself and my family. I'm a single parent. I got a 9-year old, and now I have a 3-year old. So working at home was very, very important to me in that transition. I have been doing administrative work. So let me start from the very beginning. I have been using computers since 1998. 1998, I was like 5 or 6. The first computers that we started using was the PCs and things of that nature. My grandmother had a PC, and I remember just going in, we are love, just going in and using her computer, and when she was gone, and I was just like, I would incorrectly turn it off. So I know for a fact, and I know she's watching over me. I know for a fact that she knew I was getting on her computer, right? So I started using computers at 5. I started really like digging deeper on the concepts and the methods of using a computer, such as doing paperwork at 10. At 10 years old, my grandmother, she was administrative assistant as well. She worked for the state, and she also served in her local church. And she did a lot of paperwork and gave me insight. So I started just, asking questions and things like that. Not realizing at 6 years later, I was going to need those skills for survival and things like that. So my first taste of entrepreneurship was at 8 years old. I started a babysitting and tutoring company. I reside here in Madison County, Tennessee. I've been in Madison County for about 4 years. On December 2nd, I'm currently in Madison County. I'm originally from Dyersburg, Tennessee. So if you know about Dyersburg, Dyersburg is considered to be one of the poorest places to live. One of what that was actually on the top 10 places, worst places to live here in Tennessee. But Dyersburg made the person that I am. It made me to be a go getter. I'm well known in my community, in selling insurance and things like that, and my little babysitting business. So I started a babysitting business at 8. My aunt gave me a babysitting club book, and I was kind of confused on why the group of girls in the book would just like create a club when you could make money off of it. I guess it was due to the fact that I was in the projects. My mother was a single mother. She was taking care of us. It was all at the time it was 4 of us, and I could see the burden. I could feel at the time, now me realizing my psychic abilities, I could feel the burden on her, and I wanted to alleviate that stress. So I started knocking on doors. I was used to knocking on doors when doing the fundraiser for school, but I started knocking on doors for myself. I had my business from 8 to 16. I wasn't educated to know that working for yourself was way better than starting a job at 16 at Taco Bell. But I love Taco Bell, y'all. If you don't know me personally, I love me some Taco Bell. So I started working at Taco Bell at 16, and I just through that, the entrepreneurship, I didn't pay it any mind until I became an adult. Fast forward from 10 to 16, from 8 to 10 to 16, my grandmother was taking care of me and she passed away with cancer. When she passed away with cancer, I had to start taking care of myself. Um, Not going into deep details, I ended up with my grandmother, and being with my grandmother was the happiest moments of my life at the time. But she could no longer take care of me because she passed. So what I had to do then, all the skills that she taught me, y'all probably hear my baby snoring. All the skills that she taught me, I had to start using for myself. So at 16, I was homeless. Um, I was working. But I got tired of having to, try to have a place to stay and, being young and on your own early, you started being taken advantage of and things of that nature. And I just told myself, hey, I just wanted, to be able to get my own apartment. So I manifested it. At the time, I didn't know anything about manifestation, but I got an apartment underage. So while going to school, I had my apartment. I was working 2 jobs, and I was going to Dyersburg High School, and I was working as an administrative assistant at a gig downtown. So I was going to school, Dyersburg High School. I was going to Tennessee Technology Center. I was working a job for Dare County City Schools. So I was actually going to Dare County City Schools, and I was actually working for them as a tutor, and I was working in the office. Fast forward to that, I graduated. First, I got my 2009. I got a certification saying in paperwork that I was able to do administrative assistant work, general office assistant work. 10 months later, I graduated early from high school. So I think 2010, we were supposed to graduate in May. I graduated that February because I needed to get out early. So I cracked down, did all my work, graduated early because I was on thin ice of being placed in state custody. And I was so close to being an adult that wasn't going to go pretty well and everything. But the people at school, I was really in there with the teachers and stuff like that. So they understood, and just looking back on my life, God was really, really with me. Allah was truly with me in that time. So I'm here. I started my business officially. Let me backtrack. 2010 I graduated high school. 2013 I graduated with my first degree. Got me a criminal justice degree. And once I graduated, I found the life of entrepreneurship again and starting selling insurance. And I love selling insurance, and not stating the name of the insurance company, but I love selling insurance, and I became known as the person that, the young lady was selling the insurance. So, they gave me the ability to become an entrepreneur again. My first dollar online, and shout out to Eric Forrest, was through Motor Club of America. Without Eric, I wouldn't even be here talking to y'all now. He taught me the ropes of it. So that 2013, I started entrepreneurship, selling insurance. And then 2015, I started with MCA and made my first dollar online. I tried to make my first dollar online with the insurance company, and they didn't like that. So I had to I had to stop doing that. And then so my first official dollar was actually with MCA, and I've been working online since. I pick up things really easy as far as the sales portion. I love customer service. I'm more a customer service person than sales. But when it's time to close a sale and negotiate, I'm pretty good at that. But I love helping people, and the customer service part is what makes me happy. So that's fast forward. That's 2015. 2015 also. Again, I was a single parent at the time. I have a 9-year-old too. At the time, she was like 4. 4 or 5. So she was in daycare. She was in daycare, and I was working for the state of Tennessee with my criminal justice degree. And me thinking, since I had a degree, that I would be working at the front desk like I was used to, I'll end up being a correctional officer. And it was all right. It wasn't that bad to the point, but it got to the point that it was extremely tiring. I couldn't go to school. I couldn't have any time to take care of, spend time with my kid. Like I was taking care of her financially, but like I wasn't seeing her like I needed to be seeing her. So I'm like, I was a little over on the fence of that. And then it got to the point then they started popping out of their cells, and I'm like, oh no, like it's time to don't go deuces. So I was just like, I was gone. And I had to start backtracking and like at that time I didn't think it was, intuition, but I started having to think on what should I do now. And I started thinking back on what my grandmother taught me, the basis of she taught me how to use computers. And she also started working from home. I seen my grandmother working from home, recruiting people and helping other people work from home. So I've took that and I started working from home. In 2016, I started at DC Virtual Services. DC Virtual Services is a virtual assistant and outsourcing company. We provide not only virtual assistant and outsourcing, and what outsourcing is, we do virtual assistant work, but I have a team in the Philippines, India, Puerto Rico, and Canada. And I have a team of other freelancers that if we don't have it at DCVS, we could definitely get it situated for you. And that's all the way from time management to documentation, all the way to having some flyers passed out in another state that you're not located in. We got those connections there. So I created my business with that. Was it easy starting in 2015 working from the state of Tennessee to transitioning working at home? No, it wasn't. I remember like a couple of days ago was my birthday and everything, but that year, it was 2015, I got showed a lot of love on Facebook. That year I had to go to home on my birthday. I had to go to sleep hungry. I made sure my daughter was taken care of, made sure she was fed, but I went to sleep hungry. And like after that, I was like, they gave me the drive and tenacity to just push it forward and move it forward. And it was just, at the time, DCBS was a baby business. I ran into like issues having being scammed, dealing with people across seas that I really didn't know. I was a little green about it, so I had to take a loss with that. And then I left the state jobs. I had to transition for that, but it was good. Fast forward 2015, we have truly grown and we expanding. So it was something to humble, to keep me humble. So with that, that's just like the professional background. So I have a criminal justice degree. I have a degree. I was one class left from having an organizational leadership and management degree at Bethel University. I also was working on classes, continuing education classes at Santa Clara University for social innovation and media innovation. I also have a certification in Tennessee Technology Center. So I always been book smart, not necessarily street smart until I had to, learn being 16 out on my own and things like that. As far as me spiritually, so I'm also known not only having DCVS as the call center person or the virtual assistant, but I'm known also because I am a psychic empath. I am a Hoyoka empath. I am a high priestess. I believe in the spiritual world and being extremely spiritual. So my spiritual awakening started at 16 years old. Everything started at 16. I knew what my calling was and what I was here to become on this airplane for, and I announced it, and I started training for a local church in Dyersburg. When I accepted my calling, like everything went downhill. My grandmother passed away. I became homeless and things of that nature. And it's just like people that was around us, they start showing who they were, and the jealousy. I had adults. I was 16. I was young. I was when grown. I had adults jealous, and it was just like it was like really really crazy. So that's where my spiritual awakening started. But I kind of got having being young and trying to survive. I really like put that, to be honest, I put it on the back burner at that time, and I was training to be a Baptist minister. It laid the foundation. My grandmother actually laid the foundation, being Kojic, Church of God in Christ, but that laid the foundation, getting the knowledge and the wisdom. Fast forward, I claim my nationality as a Moorish American, so I had a foundation of being, with the Baptist and Kojic background, but I'm Moorish. We study from the Quran. So I'm multifaceted in the area also as well. What a Hoyoka empath is, I could go into a room and feel what's going on with the next person. I could scroll online, look at a picture, know what's going on with a person. I'm clairaudient, clairsentient, and clairvoyant. With and without divination cards. I don't need any kind of divination, anything. I'm also a Reiki healer. I started with so in 2019 was like the climax of my spiritual awakening. I met my twin. And what your twin flame is basically the male version of you. And if I describe this person, it was just like you were like, dang, that person was exactly like you. So I'm not, just for confidentiality purposes, I'm not going to really go into any kind of descriptions now on this video anyway. So that's how I found out I knew how to, do Reiki healing without having the proper training for it. I had to heal myself. As far as somebody, did some dark magic, and I had to heal myself from it. So I expelled it on there and got my Reiki healing certification. So I am officially a Reiki healer. So all of that entails what DC Virtual Services is a virtual assistant and outsourcing company. We got virtual assisting, roadside assistance, banking, shop, educational career services, and also we have the spiritual intuitive services as well. Everything is intertwined through online. More so online than anything. We do some business brick and mortar, but it's mostly everything is online. The goal of DCVS is to have a balance in life, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and to create an economy virtually. So that's basically a little about me. Again, I'm a mother. I'm 29 years old. And from 29, I came a long way from being a homeless teen to, having real estate and being in Tennessee, having real estate out of state. So 2020 was a good year. It was a trying year. I lost my my mother's mother. And I lost a friend this year. I lost some close friends, and it has been a trying year, but it has been a good year. And I just want people to know that even though you come from like a dark place, coming from being born in the projects of one of the most poorest places in Tennessee, you can bring yourself up. I'm not the richest person. I can't, I'm not able to get government assistance. So I'm doing pretty good for myself. But I'm the odds. If I could beat the odds, you could definitely beat the odds too. And I ask Allah and to allow me to continue to be a vessel. So if y'all need anything, just let me know. For 2021, we have videos coming through. I have been making videos since September, just recording content. and things of that nature. So while I am going to have videos coming out about from all the way from affirmations to subliminals, all the way from virtual assistant, what virtual assistant is, and what that entails, and basically a great variety of things. I will be launching those soon. But I wanted to today just to make a video that's recent to let you know a little bit about myself and what I bring to the table. So again, thank you so much. And also let me go and a lot of people ask what is Saya Marie L. So my name, my born name was the Amber Carol Bernard. L came into play when I became sovereign. I am a Moorish American. You see my Moorish flag. You see my American flag. I am a Moorish American, and that's where the L come from. I'm sovereign. Saya Nari L, and I'm not gonna break down the name. You could look the name up to know what the name means. But that's my higher self. So you got your higher self. You got your lower self. Your lower self is your ego. Your higher self is your spiritual self when you come onto this earth plane. So when I speak, Saya Nari is speaking. My higher self is speaking to you. It's not anything that's flesh or anything with ego. So when I come on camera, it's to expound based on the knowledge I need to give you based on what I'm called to do. And this is what I have been known to be called to do, and I'm just walking into that calling. And again, my name is Saya Nari L, aka the Amber Carol Bernard L. Bye bye now.